Hi everyone, it's Sue again. I'm back today with just a little create with me. I saw this a while ago, making clusters using using an A4 sheet. Now, I really struggle with clusters just on their own. So if I had, you know, like a piece of paper that size and building a cluster just one at a time, I really struggle with that. So I thought I'd give this a go. I saw this, I think it was Rachel did it quite some time ago at Roxy Creations, but I saw it again recently, and I'm not sure what the lady's name is, but it's Froggy 2517, I think. I will put the link down below for her channel anyway. So I watched her and she really inspired me to give it a go. So I thought I just grabbed out some, I want to try and keep them relatively monochromatic with just a hint of colour, so that I can sort of, they'll go with most journals. Found in my stash all this old lacy sort of paper trim. It's something that I'd cut out obviously quite some time ago, and I'm going to use a few labels and bits and pieces and then probably finish them off with some butterflies. So I thought I would give it a go and we'll see how we go. So I'm just going to use this really old dictionary here as a base. So I'm just going to tear a few pages out of that and just pop that to the side. So I hope you're all keeping really well. If you can hear a noise, it's really windy outside today, so there's lots of creaks and bangs and that sort of thing, so I apologize in advance for that. Okay, so and you've probably all seen this before, and like I said, I don't know why I struggle with doing you know, just clusters on their own, but I do, and but I'll give this a go and we'll see whether that makes things any easier. So I'm really not sure on the side. Okay, so I've got two sheets here. I'm probably being a bit ambitious. So we might just start with the one sheet, and I think I'm just going to do 3 across and 3 down probably. And I'm leaving this edge on the side. So I'm just going to lay them all down to start with, the bits and pieces, and as I think I like them, I might just glue them. Having said that, I'm definitely going to have the book paper on the bottom, so I think I might just end up gluing that in place anyway. So we'll get 9 out of this. I don't particularly like any of those bits, so I'm just going to tear into another piece. It's quite fragile, this book. And I'm not thinking too much about the size of them. As you can see, they're all different sizes. Okay. So I'm going to go with that, and I'm just going to do it, and I'm just going to actually put a bit of glue underneath there to hold them in place. So the idea, if you haven't seen it before, is to build your clusters, and that's why I thought it might work better for me, because it's more like I'm working on a page. So that's the way my brain works in bigger sizes. So, and then once you've built your cluster, you then tear your backing sheet. So there'll be a little bit of wastage, but I'm sure there won't be too much, and you probably more than likely can use the wastage on something else anyway. So I'm just going to glue them down really roughly. And then I'm just going to build on them. Okay, so I think I'm liking this already. So yeah, I saw this, I can remember actually using, I think I had a border punch that you could, actually it might have even been I don't know, years ago anyway. I had this and I found a couple of strips of this in my stash, so I'm thinking that I might just build, I mean, you can use proper lace, fabric lace, if you want to. I just found this when I was looking for something the other day, and I pulled it out and thought that might come in handy. And then I saw this video again, so I thought I'm going to use it in that. So I'm just going to ink it down a bit just to take away too much of the white. And I'm actually just going to ink it on the back of this, because these is once these clusters are made, they're going to actually be stuck in a journal, so you're not going to see the back. So I don't mind if a bit of white is showing. I just want to sort of dull it down a little bit, that's all. And then I think I'm going to cut some of it in half, because most of it's going to be, I'm just going to cut it all in half, because a lot of it's going to be covered. You're just going to have it poking out the side. I'm going to cut some at 2, some at 3. We could even tear it. Okay, let's just see what we've got here. Maybe like on the smaller bits you can have. As I said, I really don't know what these are going to look like, but it'll be a little bit of fun. So I think what have I got? 1, 2, 3. I need 5 more bits of this lace. And I'm just going to tear this lot. I know. 4 more bits of lace. So these might move, like I might move them as I'm adding papers or whatever, but I'm just putting them down for now. Okay. So they've all got a little bit of lace. So now I'm just going to tear some paper, and I'm probably going to ink around the papers as well as I go. And as I said, I want it fairly monochromatic, just so that, because I'm thinking I might add some red or blue labels to it, and maybe coloured butterfly. So I want them to probably be the feature more so than the papers, if that makes sense. I'm just going to ink my foam applicator is falling to bits, so sorry about that. You'll see all little bits. I will shake them off shortly. So we've got the garbage man coming down the road now. That's all the squeaking in the background. Had the ice cream van a minute ago, and he's gone now. So windy and horrible out there today. I'm not sure that anyone will be wanting to eat ice cream. So very, very, as I said, monochromatic, but that's the way, that's the look that I'm hoping to go for. What else we got in here? So I'm just really, really roughly, I'm not even thinking about size, because I can add extra bits and pieces if I want to. And I'm going to do some sewing on this as well. Okay, all right, what else have we got here? This is an old digital print that I've got from somewhere. A bit of a scrap. I'm actually liking how these are looking, so I think I'm just going to glue them down and then build from them. What I'm going to do though is I'm not going to, so the lace I'll glue down quite well. As I said, you can use fabric lace as well. Oh, it's coming out really quickly. I'm just going to glue that there, and I quite liked that there. So all I'm doing though is I'm just putting a bit in the middle because I'm going to hopefully thinking of tucking something underneath there, and then I can always glue down extra if I want to. So as I said, this is really fragile, so I'm actually just going to fold that paper in a bit where it's torn. And I think I like this one as well, so I'm just going to glue this down as well. So these are really nice just to use as a decorative piece on your page. Great to have and just add to decorate pockets. You could use them as tuck spots. Oh, I've got a little bit overboard there with the glue. I meant to just do that in the middle. That's okay, I'll just stick that there. Great to put on pockets. You can use them as tucks. They're just a really handy piece of decoration to have in your stash. So just popping these down. So I've got that one glued, that one's glued, this one's not. May as well do them. So I'll leave a little bit of the dictionary showing above the lace. Not even sure if that's how I had it, but anyway, that'll do. So I've got them all stuck down. So these ones, some of these scraps are the tiniest pieces of scraps, and I'm tearing them. You don't have to tear them, they can be straight edged. I just want it to look pretty rustic. I'm just going to add that there. So I'm managing to get into my craft space a little bit more, which is really good, and I'm really enjoying it. So I'm hoping to bring a few different videos to you, not just the 12-inch series. I know a lot of people are enjoying that, but there's so much more to me than just my 12-inch papers. I've got lots of different ideas that I want to put into play, so I just need to find the time to actually do that. So this lace, I've inked that up a bit. It's getting a little bit lost, but it'll be all right. Just decided I'm just going to go and stick the lace down and then build from there, because all the foam from the applicator is annoying me sitting on there. I'm going to shake it off. I'll just do that. Just get rid of that. Oh, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Oh, a couple of sneezes. All right. So I've just got 1, 2, 3, 4. We might use some of this Tim Holtz, maybe. It's got a little bit of colour to it. Thinking we might use, it's pretty dark, but we'll use some of this. Oh, it's very dark, isn't it? I don't want to tear into that. Okay, maybe we'll go back to, I'm not sure that I like that. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. I've done it now. What about some of this tear? I'm just going to leave 3 straight edges. I'm going to put that there. And I need something for here and here. Okay, I'm just going to do it. I'm going to stick it down. So what have I been up to? Been working. I've been working on a, I haven't done paper here yet, a big handmade release for the shop. So hopefully I'll have that organised in the next few weeks. So this is going to be upside down, but that doesn't worry me. I'm just going to really roughly ink that. And stick that down. Okay. So that's the base done, and I'm pretty happy with that, apart from all that foam everywhere. So very monochromatic, which is what I was going for. So I'm going to actually take this to my sewing machine and just add a little bit of stitching here and there, all in one piece, and then I will be back. Okay, so I think I've got a little bit of stitching on every piece. So I didn't think about it too much. I just went in and had a look at it and thought, yep, I'll add a bit of sewing there. So I'm just really roughly trimming off those ends. I did keep in mind that I wanted to possibly tuck some labels or some elements underneath some of those papers, so I didn't fully stitch them closed, if you know what I mean, because I've only pretty much glued in the middle, so I've just kept them open. Here I was the first one that I did, and I've stitched here where I probably would have put something. Anyway, we'll see how it turns out. So I'm just, as I said, trimming these off. I think I've got the majority of them off the front, and then this is what the back looks like. So I'm just going to grab these and just trim them away. Really roughly. So as I said, this will be glued down on a journal page or a pocket or something, so you're not going to see too many of those threads. Okay, so that's that. So they're coming together quite nicely anyway. So I'm not going to add a lot of elements. I mean, I could go through and I could add some of this as well if I wanted to. I'm not sure that I want to though. So I'm thinking I might go for, so I've got some bits and pieces here that I keep in a drawer, and I've got some labels that I've stamped, and I'm thinking I might like to use some of these labels. I'm just going to cut. So see what I mean? I just want to tuck, just add a bit of colour and tuck something in there, and I quite like that. And then if I add like a butterfly to it as well. So what I think I'm going to do first though is tear these clusters out and work on them one by one. So it's just a matter of just really roughly tearing. We can tear it down further, each cluster down further as we decorate if we want to. So just do them in rows to begin with, very roughly, and then just each. So you've got a bit of that coffee dye paper in the background as well, and as I said, we can tear them down even more as we decorate them. Okay, so there we have our clusters torn. Now the background's a little bit too big, and I'm just going to tear this down a bit now. It's really random. And I will ink that. So I'll see if I've got another applicator that's not falling apart as much, but I think this one is pretty much the same. So I'm just going to add a bit of ink. I'm going to fold over some of that paper. I'm just going to add a bit of ink around the edges there, really roughly. And ink this. And maybe just add something like that, and then I'll add a butterfly or something. And I think I quite like that. They're very plain and simple, but I don't want them to be too overwhelming. And I found that working on the A4 sheet was so much easier than working on a cluster on its own. I don't know why. That's just the way, obviously, that my brain thinks of things. I just found it so much easier. Okay, I'm going to glue this one down. And I want it pretty well secured. So I'm going to do it in a production line. It just makes it a bit easier. So this one we could add, I think it's upside down. Oh no, it's not. I thought it was upside down. I will trim that down a bit. Okay, I'm going to do that one there. I think I actually enjoy this, making clusters this way. I'm just going to roll that. Okay, go to the next. Where are we going to? I want to put it coming from another direction. Let's glue that. So I'm not going to bore you and ink all around each one, but you can see how the difference, it just sort of makes it pop a little bit more. So I'm just going to go through and do these and add some label elements to them, and then I'll be back. Okay, so I have really roughly, I've added some labels, as you can see, really roughly inked around them off camera. So they're looking a little bit more grungy, a bit more colour about them. I didn't think too hard about where I was putting the labels. I found some words that I had stamped. Another hexagon label that I cut in half. So they've just got that hint of colour. So now I'm thinking that I'm going to add just some little butterflies. So I've just got some random butterflies in here. Now these are all from different ephemera packs. Some might be printables. So I'm just going to have a bit of a look and grab a few out. I probably prefer some with some colour. I'm just getting rid of the bigger bits. I don't particularly want huge butterflies either, so I want smaller ones. So we'll grab a few different ones out. And we'll just have a play and see what we come up with. Okay, so I'll just pop them to the side. We'll see what we've got here. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to place these on and just see what I like where, really. Actually, I think he's too dark. So I actually don't mind this one. It's very pale. It's all within that sort of theme. I'm just going to ink it a little bit and I'm actually just going to pop it down. I'm going to leave, I'm only gluing through the center there just so that the wings can actually be popped up a bit for dimension. So I'm going to go and try the ones that don't need any cutting done on them, just to sort of save a bit of time. I'm just sort of auditioning them there. I'm going to add a bit of ink around. I'm just going to glue them. So maybe this is a way that if you struggle with doing clusters, as I do, this might be a way. I've found this so much easier to do. I'm just rolling some paper there. Love this blue one. And I'm going to put that one on this fellow here. So as you can see, I've sort of trimmed back the coffee dough paper around the edge. You can trim it back, even tear it back even more if you want to. I just like to, you know, roll it, fold it, make it look a little bit grungy. I love that blue one. So let's do a green one. I do just need to cut some of this white away, so I'll just do that quickly. It's just because I've got a straight edge here, I'm just trying to sort of cover that up, although I've got a straight edge there too. And I seem to be putting them all on the left, and I'm not meaning to do that, it just sort of seems to fit a bit better. Okay, so we need this one because it's quite dark. I'm going to use this pink one, I think, on this one. So I definitely think I'll be making some more clusters this way for sure. I'm going to put that just there. Just breaks the darkness of that paper down a bit. Another one. What else have we got here? I'll be back. Hi, sorry about that. My mum popped in for a cuppa, so I'll pick up where I left off. So now I'm just adding some butterflies to finish these ones off. So I've got this bigger one here, which I think I'll put on one of the bigger ones. I think I'll put it on this one on here. So I think that's nice with having the neutral, fairly neutral background. It sort of allows you to pop any colour on there that you like. Let's pop that one. I'm really not thinking about it too much, am I? Just putting it on. And I'm really loving how they turned out. So I'll show you them all in a minute. Just trying to get some sort of balance here. What I want to do. I'm just going to put that one on there, I think. It's like I'll have to get in and fussy cut some more butterflies. Replenish my supply. Just going to put him down here. And I've got one more. So see how this is all flapping? You can go and glue that down now once you work out that you're happy with where everything sits and you're not tucking anything else under. So I'll do that all off camera, but just to give you a bit of an idea. Once again, you can roll your papers to give it a little bit more dimension. I'm just going to pop that one there. So I'm pretty happy with how they turned out. What do you guys think? Let's put the pin in my glue and I'll show you. So that one doesn't have too much colour, but that one's quite dark. I love the ones with a little bit of colour with the from the butterflies. That one's dark, but the little pinky red, the raspberry butterflies sort of just giving it a little bit of colour there. I love that blue one. and that one. So I think they turned out really well. I'm quite excited about that. So I'll certainly be making more clusters from now on, now that we've done it that way. So I will list Rachel's channel down below, as well as the Froggy channel. I'm so sorry, I can't remember the number, but I will put it all down below, so you can go and have a look. Both done very differently. So I hope you all enjoyed that. I had fun doing it, and it didn't really take that long to do. So I'm off to do some more. So until next time, I hope you all take care, look after yourselves, and I hope you get a little bit of crafting time in. See you soon.